Hey, if you're just tuning in, you may want to go back and listen to our previous episodes. We hit on a few themes in this new episode, so you might want to catch up. All right, on to the show. I'm sitting in a dark room, surrounded by a ton of strangers. There's some really weird music playing, and this super skinny woman is shoving a sword down her throat. What the After talking with Ashley, I was left with her words about finding adventure ringing in my head all week long. Generally, I always have a sense of wanderlust that consumes my thoughts, but now it was more than that. I couldn't stop thinking. Carpe diem.
We all live in these amazing cities. Like, there's something new to do. It doesn't matter how long you've lived here, and you really can go anywhere you want and not really know where you're going because we have technology that'll help us and guide us, and you just need to be confident enough in yourself to pick up and go.
So, taking her advice to heart, I decided to find a little adventure in an otherwise normal weekend. I opted to explore a new place that I'd never been. Yet this was a destination that had always been right under my nose, here in my home base of New York City. Enter Coney Island. Of all my travels that have taken me around the world, I had never played tourist in this NYC neighborhood. I know, shocker. I guess I'm a bad New Yorker, considering Coney Island is such an American institution. Even if you're not from New York, I'm sure the name conjures up images of a theme park by the ocean with rides and carnival games dotting a sunny boardwalk. Since 1903, Coney Island has brought in countless visitors from near and far, except one. It's been here for 114 years and just a few train stops away, but in all of my 26 years as a New Yorker, I had never stepped foot into Coney Island. So I grabbed a group of pals, my boyfriend Michael.
Wow, that's a cool roller coaster.
My friend Caroline.
Is that the roller coaster? Because that looks scary.
Looks like it's not even. My producer Adam.
Running.
Right?
Oh, no.
Oh,
There's
there
something
it
on there.
goes.
Yeah, somebody's on there, yep.
And we headed to Brooklyn.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Here's your ticket. It's $20 flat rate.
Okay, wait. To hit up the boardwalk, ride the cyclone, and explore whatever else we could find in this destination so close to home.
This is so much bigger than I expected.
Right. I thought it was going to be like 4 rides.
No, it's like
there's a million rides here.
Clearly, our first impression of Coney Island wasn't exactly what we anticipated. I personally had associated the image of the attractions and rides as the whole destination, not realizing the amusement park area was actually just one spot within Coney Island. And that's just a minor part of this neighborhood where people actually live and a community extends way beyond the boardwalk. But the rides are definitely what caught our attention and brought us there. She is not happy. Imagine the loopiest, winding roller coaster with over 10 upside-down twists and hair-whipping turns that would make even the most fearless riders scream.
That's a hard pass. Actually, I would do that.
That's the sight we're greeted with when entering Coney Island. I'm pumped and a little anxious. Fear got the best of us, and we decided we weren't exactly ready to start with the roller coasters. So we figured a beverage on the boardwalk was a safe bet for now.
Get your margarita.
Mark. Carol needs her marg.
Coney Island Mermaid Pilsner, please. Cheers, guys.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's on me. Cheers.
I'm getting next round.
Don't worry about it.
Thank you.
It's weird because I know we're still in New York, but like it doesn't really feel like we're
here in New York, you know? But this is New York. And we sip our cold beers, soaking in all the sights around
Want to
us.
listen to a street performer?
Including some wacky street performers on the board.
This guy is wearing an umbrella hat, playing a guitar, singing with about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parrots and parakeets in a cage. I don't know what those things do for him, but
Probably just get him extra tips.
yeah, exactly. He sounds pretty good though.
Yeah.
Some classic Coney Island entertainment for you.
Let's roll through.
I like that dance.
Yeah, that was so smooth, Michael.
Not ready for that. That's later.
All right, shall we move?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's move on.
Will you still love me tomorrow?
Enough stalling. We headed into Luna Park, the official amusement park area of Coney Island. This place is an absolute playground for kids and adults alike. Rides for all ages are whipping and whirling about. Little kids are running with excitement, adults trailing after them. Bells and whistles are blaring from the games. And faint screams from the big rides can be heard in the distance. So now that we had a little liquid courage, it was time to do what we'd come for. Ride the Coney Island Cyclone.
I don't think the cyclone's running.
We gotta ask. That's a game changer.
No?
Yeah, there's not a lot of people going on in it.
All right.
Is there a reason
It's
why?
running. It's running.
Is there a reason why people aren't going on it a lot?
It's just not busy. People are not going on the cyclone.
They're scared of the cyclone?
Yeah.
No. So what are we doing?
There is actually reason to be a little scared of this ride. The Cyclone is a 90-year-old roller coaster with over 2,000 feet of wooden track, 12 drops, and speeds of up to 60 miles per hour. This baby is no joke. There's reason this classic amusement park ride tops everyone's list of things to do in New York City. It's iconic and the mother of American roller coaster culture. I have to admit, and not just because we caught it on tape, but I was actually a little scared. We all had nervous jitters looking up at this rickety old roller coaster.
I'm not good on roller coasters.
So we held out and decided that maybe a little friendly competition first would help calm the nerves.
Should we play some games?
We found ourselves at a carnival-style game called Rubber Ducky. It was a standard water shooting game that you might find at any county fair or circus.
Okay, you gotta aim for whichever one is lighting up. They move around. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Get set. Go.
Game on.
Keep going, keep going.
Players take a seat, aim their water gun at the tiny target, and shoot a stream of water into a little hole until the buzzer goes off.
Winner, congratulations.
Are you kidding me?
Congratulations.
Oh, you got your own.
Guys, I won!
The game attendant handed me my prize, which was not the average stuffed animal you might expect.
What did you win?
I won a shit emoji pillow.
With hard eyes.
Say poo.
A poo emoji.
Let's
It's
keep
a
this
pillow
PG, let's keep
in the
this
shape
PG.
of a poo emoji with the hard eyes.
It's a Hershey Kiss, and
All right, it's a Hershey Kiss.
A poo emoji pillow feels like the perfect prize to leave Coney Island with. We wandered around a bit more, dabbling with a few other games that no one was lucky enough to win. Eventually, we looked up and found ourselves at the Coney Island Circus Sideshow. Intrigued by signs that displayed fire eaters, sword swallowers, and someone called Madame Twisto, we figured, what the hell? Let's see what the freak show is about.
The danger is real and the risk is real. And if one of us happens to injure ourselves, perhaps we horribly maim or disfigure ourselves, God forbid, one of us accidentally kills ourselves. Guys, please keep in mind this one stark truth. It's all for your entertainment, Coney Island. Come on, how about it? You guys having a good time?
The sideshow is wild. There were so many things that I couldn't believe my eyes were seeing. A woman doing a handstand swallowed a giant sword like it was nothing. The contortionist slithered her body into a tiny box with several blades dissecting it. A fire breather didn't just breathe flames, but extinguished them with only his tongue. A man ate a balloon that was at least 2 feet long, and I have no idea how. The performances made us cringe and scratch our head in astonishment, but we couldn't look away. With the day winding down, there was only one thing left to do.
Here we go!
Find out whether we conquered the Coney Island cyclone after this short break. Today's episode is brought to you by HomeAway. HomeAway is the amazing website that lets you rent the coolest vacation properties around the world. Hey, Adam.
Hey, Angelina.
Can you tell me where I can go with HomeAway?
It actually looks like their trending location right now is Asheville, which I've been to before. Have you ever been?
I have not been.
Oh, well, it's this great little hippie town with lots of great food, and there's also so many breweries.
I was just going to say, someone told me that there's like 1 million microbreweries, which I would love.
All right, let's go on their website and check out some of the places we could stay. They have a heavenly hideaway cabin.
For $164 a night.
So it's like, I mean, it's kind of like a homey little place, this one.
Mm-hmm.
Hot tub. Yes, please.
So for your next trip, check out homeaway.com. From condos to castles, they've got something for every trip and every budget. Visit homeaway.com and vacation your way. This was it. We had stalled long enough. We played games, got freaky in the sideshow. There was nothing left for us to do but get in line for the cyclone. We made our way to the entrance of the roller coaster, anxiously giving our tickets to the attendant before we could back out and handing over our bags.
Oh, everything? His too?
All right. Yeah.
My bag too?
But we snuck our recorder in.
We're sneakily recording.
All for the sake of creating a great podcast. A freshly emptied string of cars rolls in and we pick our seats.
She wants to go with her boo. All right, Adam and I will get all the recording
All right.
for this.
We're excited and laughing and triple checking our safety belts.
Go
too
the
late
other
now.
way. We can't turn around now. We've come so far.
I guess this thing is 90 years old.
Yeah.
And we're off.
Guys, I want to get off. Just kidding. But serious. Carol, are you scared?
No. Anti-roller coasters are nothing. Please don't drop your fucking phone and hit me in the face. Like, I'm scared! Oh my god! Everyone, hands up! I'm scared, guys. I'm scared.
Here we go.
Holy fuck! Look at my hair! My hair clip almost flew out of my hair. That was insane. I think
Right? That was so much fun.
So much fun. What the hell had we been so nervous for? We climbed out of our seats, breathless from yelling so loud, and grinning from ear to ear. We loved every second of riding this roller coaster. We finally checked Coney Island Cyclone off the bucket list. But after screaming our heads off, we figured a chill ride on the Ferris wheel would be the perfect way to end our day.
It's like a slow old person ride.
You gotta calm down after that one.
I'm down for the Ferris wheel.
This is not Luna Park. This is Dino's World or something.
What?
I swear.
Well, Coney Island is just full of surprises. It turns out that Dino's World, where the Ferris wheel is located, is actually a separate amusement area from Luna Park, where the cyclone is located.
Crazy. How did we end up in a different park? I don't even know. We walked
It all
out
seemed
here.
It all seems the same.
confused.
But they're basically situated right next to each other, and you can easily wander from Luna to Dino's without even noticing that you've left one and entered the other.
But, I mean, you guys want to go on the...
Ferris wheel,
Yeah. We have to buy tickets, though.
We found ourselves at Dino's Wonder Wheel regardless. And this Ferris wheel is not your typical Ferris wheel.
Swinging or not swinging?
Swinging. Why?
Imagine the standard ring of stationary baskets that make their way around the wheel. And then there's an inner track of baskets that swing back and forth as you make your way around.
You know? Coney Island swinging Ferris wheel.
We climbed in.
It's like not facing each other.
Looking forward to a slower pace than the Cyclone and a nice view of Coney Island from the top. Or so we thought.
Oh my god! Okay, I don't like this.
More nervous for this than I am for the Cyclone. I think because this is slow. The Cyclone, you don't have time to think about it. You just go and it's over and it's fast. This is like and your neck's broken. This is like I'm sitting here waiting to die. I don't like it.
Oh my god, this is terrifying.
That's cool. Look, you can go like right out.
Yeah. You can just jump right out.
I'm so glad you guys.
I'm so glad that this was made in 1920.
Oh my god, Michael!
I fucking hate you.
It doesn't,
Stop!
I can't do anything. I can't do anything. I just didn't do anything.
Oh my god.
Don't. Sit there.
Why are we swinging
Sit
so
there
much?
and be quiet.
You guys, it leaves the embrace. We're not that far off the ground anymore.
I hate this.
Clearly, I'm not the bravest person to ever ride a Ferris wheel. And I was ironically more scared on Dino's Wonder Wheel than I was riding the Cyclone.
I just had a mini panic attack when you started swinging. I was like, no!
So glad you guys sat in the front and I'm not up there. Sorry.
But I screamed and laughed and put myself in an uncomfortable position for the sake of truly experiencing Coney Island. Do it for the story, right? But I couldn't wait to get off that thing.
Thank you.
Emerging from Dino's World and back to the sunny boardwalk, our adrenaline was still racing. We rewarded ourselves with one last beer for an amazing day spent exploring Coney Island.
A summer ale, please.
Sitting there sipping our cold beers after the day's adventure, with sounds of the ocean and seagulls overhead, gave me that excited satisfaction of being somewhere new. What I loved even more was that I didn't even have to leave the state to do it. But as the adrenaline wore off and we walked back to the car to head home, I couldn't help but feel the excitement slowly wearing off too. Coney Island was amazing, bringing out the little kid in me and helping me to see my home from a traveler's perspective. This destination within New York showed me that we don't always have to look that far to fulfill our wanderlust. Sometimes, the adventure is right in our own backyard. But while it temporarily satisfied my craving, it also sparked a need to do even more. Driving back from Brooklyn with the windows down and the music up, I kept thinking to myself, where else could I go that's not too far from home? Thank you for listening to this episode of Unmapped. Unfortunately, I lost my voice after recording this episode, so Adam is going to read the credits.
Thanks for listening, everyone. You can subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, or wherever you get your podcasts. If you liked what you heard, leave us a review. It really helps us get more listeners to the show. Another way that you can help us get more listeners is by telling your friends and family. Maybe at those holiday dinners that you're going to and conversation is running dry with your weird aunt, just take out her phone and have her subscribe to Unmapped, because who doesn't love listening to a good travel podcast? You and your weird aunt can find out more by going to our website, unmapped.show. Special thanks to Michael and Caroline for coming to Coney Island with us. It was a great day. Your host was Angelina Zeppieri. You can check out her travel blog at whereisnext.com and follow her on Instagram at wherenextangelina. Unmapped is a proud member of Uncover Studios. You can follow Uncover on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Uncover Studios. If you'd like to sponsor Unmapped, contact us at sponsor@uncoverstudios.com. Our executive producer is Dave Kiney. This episode was produced and scored by me, Adam Raimunda. Our staff also includes Caroline Valentino, James DiFrancesco, Laura Scott, Alvaro Nadal, Heather Kugel, and Sean Decker. Thanks for listening.
Hey guys, if you're looking for a podcast recommendation, check out WTK Encore, a behind-the-scenes look at the band We the Kings. They've got a huge following, and you probably know them from their hit song Check Yes Juliet, or maybe from their YouTube vlogs. But what you probably don't know is that these guys are f***ing hilarious. In WTK Encore, they meet up during their tour or at home and talk about what life is like being a rock star. So if you're in the mood to laugh or you want to know what life is really like being in a band, listen to WTK Encore. You can subscribe and listen wherever you get your podcasts. That's WTK Encore.